So we've decided to rip off the people we're criticizing. We're going to be scrolling through some of the top posts on r/am I the asshole this month.
I think it'd be funny to put a keyword in.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So let's search am I the asshole for a keyword. Which one do you think that would get some good results?
Okay, what about fish?
Dude, fishing competitions have such insane drama behind them.
No, they do.
Have you ever watched those
Yes.
videos of people crashing out where they find the weights that people put in the fish? It's so fucking funny.
We got weights and fish! Get the out of here!
It's the same story every time, but it's always entertaining.
It's so entertaining. Just could you imagine? Because out of context, it makes no sense. You see a guy cutting open a fish and there's metal inside. He's like, "Fuck! Am I the asshole for keeping the fish?" Oh my god! Why is this fucking 7 paragraphs long?
Well, you said it yourself. Fish drama is unique.
I guess fish drama is everything. Yesterday, my current girlfriend, which is more like a friends with benefits, for me at least. What the fuck does that mean?
I feel like
She loves me, but I'm just there for the pump and
I
dump.
feel like you're telling me you're the asshole already.
Yeah,
so
I already hate you.
Let's see where.
Yesterday, my current girlfriend, which is more like a friend with benefit for me at least, asked me to go buy some fish for her and her parents in a place near my home because a restaurant was selling perishable food due to not being allowed to stay open. Quite stupid move of the council since other restaurants have everything open. They're only damaging the local places because local people go to other cities' restaurants. Is this during COVID?
I think so. It says
5 years ago, yeah, this is during COVID. So I went there and told them what I wanted. Fish for the girlfriend and some stuff for myself. And when it came time to pay, to my surprise, it really was cheap as fuck. Like $15 in total. And as you know, fish isn't the cheapest food, so it was an enormous discount. They told me it was sold so cheap as a protest against the town council making them close for St. Valentine's Day. I felt bad and I did what I guess other people did, offered to pay it more. So I gave them a regular amount of money and went along with my day. I went away with my bag. When my girlfriend/friend with benefits came to collect it, why does he feel the need to declare? Just pick one or the other. Pick one or the other. It just makes it weird.
If I was reading this, I don't know what that is, so I would have said my fwub.
My fwub, my goofwub. She asked how much she owed me, and I told her. She knew about the protest thing and thought it was supposed to be cheaper. I told her that yes, it was sold cheap, but I offered a bit more. Still was a good deal to bring it home for the price I paid, just not an exploitative deal. Now to the asshole part. She got a bit mad and said she would give me only the money I should have spent, so the $15. I'll make it short. In the end, I told her to go buy it herself for that sum because I didn't want to look like a beggar or an asshole. And I kept all the fish kicking her out. Wait. Because I didn't want to look like an asshole, so I kicked her out of my apartment and kept the fish.
Sounds like you just wanted a reason to get rid of her, honestly.
Now I think I'm single, but at least I got some good fish. I'm not gonna lie, kind of love him. He's such a piece of shit that it's funny.
He's like a Rick and Morty character.
Yeah.
If like I send somebody out to get food and like they give the person more money on my behalf.
Why? Yeah.
Like, don't do that.
That's like if your DoorDash driver were to tip for you.
Yeah.
It's like, fucking what? Why did you do that?
Like that's like I would probably do what she did if you did that. Like I was like I anticipated spending $15 for the fish. That is what I am paying.
I like how at the start he's like, she's more like a friends with benefits. And then at the end he's like, I think I'm single now. I just love that it's a question. And at the end he's like surprised that she broke up with him.
Oh yeah, and he is flared as the asshole, so I guess Reddit has decided he was guilty.
Yeah, that one's pretty clear, I think. Am I the
Yes, you are. I can already smell that post.
Am I the asshole for heating fish in the microwave at work? I've seen people say that.
I feel like if it's something that's gonna be really stinky and you stink up the joint, then you're a little bit of an asshole.
So, let me get this straight.
Well, we don't know what the
I'm not allowed to microwave my shit salad. That's my breakfast every Tuesday. That fits in my macros. That fits in my diet. I don't see why I shouldn't be allowed to cook it in my microwave.
Michael, you did it. You made the poop joke. You know what that means? Oh, those are my keys. There you go. You're ready to poop.
I think I know a really good search term. Nintendo Switch. Am I the asshole for making my son share his Nintendo Switch with my daughter?
Yes.
Dude, they actually is asshole. The fucking verdict is asshole.
For what?
For this story. Am I the asshole for making my... There's got to be more. Okay, hold on.
No, they are. That's his Switch. I love attacking your worldview.
I mean, I need to read the story to get more context. Okay. But like, if it's like, okay, this last,
Shame. Shame. Humiliation. Nah, okay.
100 years of humiliation. And your wife's boyfriend gets your Switch for a week.
No!
This last Christmas, my in-laws gave each of my kids a $400 budget for their gifts. My son chose a Nintendo Switch with a game, and my daughter chose an iPad mini. My husband and I don't make much money, so these presents were a really big deal. Yada, yada, yada. She broke her iPad mini. The son wouldn't stop teasing her about a YouTuber she likes to watch, and she threw it in frustration. Yeah, but she threw it. Like...
Oh, so he's not... So he teased her, and then she threw it.
Like, that's wrong. Obviously, it's wrong. Well, that's the thing, is she's still getting rewarded for breaking her iPad.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can just not throw stuff when you're angry. Especially expensive stuff in your poor family. I mean, like, I would set the kid aside and be like, hey, man, don't do that. You get, like, an hour without your Switch.
Oh, wait. No. They're playing Animal Crossing, and she kept fucking with his talent. So that's like permanent damage on a game that you only have one save file for.
She's the asshole too, then.
What the fuck? How is this like an hour long? There's no way this requires this much information. Along the same lines, I want to look up wife's boyfriend. Yes, I'm for snapping at my wife's boyfriend. Hear me out. I bet it's going to be a troll. Yeah. I know this is going to seem like a troll post, but let's get this out of the way. My wife and I have a We good? Okay, so here we go. My wife's boyfriend, let's just call him Samuel, met him on Grindr before my wife. He's bi. We usually have a good time together. Had an agreement with me that Sundays are the day where he cannot whatsoever come over to our house. It was just supposed to be me and my wife's alone fun day. Just a little break, you know? I come back home and see his car outside my house. I enter with no negative thoughts. Maybe he needed something, but he's just sitting on the couch watching TV. Samuel then berates me and says to get him some chips and prepare my wife. I was confused, but he just laughs it up and says he's joking. Apparently, he had nothing to do that day and was bored. But these next 2 Sundays, he also just came to hang out. I appreciate him not being a dom and being normal, but even my wife expressed concern about him just barging in. I try and subtly hint we want alone time, like saying we were planning to chill together, but no, nothing. My wife wanted me to do something bad, but my anger was just building up, and I sort of snapped. I didn't go aggro, but I said it. Told him we need some alone time in a sort of snappy tone. He just gives me a dirty look and says, fine, I'll go. But now he's not replying to our messages and being a baby. Now I know he's painted negatively, but I just feel regret. Should I have politely reminded him of the ground rules? But my stupid self builds it up in my head. No, that's fucking weird. Look, there's nothing wrong with polyamory, but it's really funny to start the story with, yeah, I know. It's going to seem like a troll post, but I've got to, okay.
Maybe
Can we move on? With the aspect of the relationship aside, who the fuck just walks into someone's house and starts watching TV? Yeah, I will say it's weird to show up at somebody's house without saying anything, especially if you have a pre-established rule of don't come in my home. I know you get to fuck her sometimes, but don't come in my home. And I think that's fair. I'm going to look up Photoshop, because I bet it's going to be a lot of people like, am I the asshole for photoshopping all my friends at my wedding photos? I just want them to look as good as possible. And they're all like, you removed my mole that I've had since I was 6. He keeps editing my kids to look Chinese. I don't know why he's doing that. Oh, this is what I wanted. Am I the asshole for having my friend photoshopped in my wedding pictures? Has 3 upvotes but 22 comments. A couple of months ago, I got married to the love of my life. We were surrounded by family and friends and got to have the most beautiful wedding. Absolutely everything was perfect. One thing that was important to me was to have our wedding party feel comfortable. I chose to have my bridesmaids pick any style of dress they wanted, as long as it was the same color, navy, and didn't specify anything about hair, makeup, or accessories since I knew everyone has different tastes and budget. One of my friends loved to dye her hair different fun colors, and for the wedding, she had a really vibrant teal shade. It looks good on her, but once we got the photos back, I felt like it was clashing with the scenery and group shots and asked our photographer to edit her hair to her natural color, brunette. I only did that to about 3 to 5 pictures, the ones I wanted to frame in our house. Well, my friend came over the other day just to hang out and have some drinks, and she got very upset when she saw the group photo. I told her that I wasn't going to convince her to change her look for our wedding photo. I didn't think she'd mind at all. I just wanted more of a cohesive look for the framed photo. She wasn't hearing any of it. She got super pissed and said I couldn't accept her for who she was, and I was embarrassed of her. Not true at all, and every other photo she's in has her real hair. All photos on Instagram and in our photo album have the teal.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like identity is probably really important to that person.
I do get, like, you feel like that's not you in that photo, but I don't know. It's just kind of a nothing burger.
I mean, I'd be a little upset, I guess, if somebody photoshopped all my orange out of a picture, I guess. But At the end of the day, it's like their picture. Also, it's wedding pictures, which is like you gotta do whatever the hell the wedding people want usually.
I have issues with that. This isn't one of them, but I have issues with that as a whole. Okay, look, as a rule, yes, people who are having a wedding are spending lots of money, and it's a day that's focused solely on the marriage of those two people. You want to make that day as special as possible. But some people just take it way too far.
Oh, well, sure, but I just...
That's all I mean.
Well, I mean, like, I have a friend that's getting married soon. I was invited to the to the wedding. On the invitation, the dress code says, like, suits and stuff, and if I just went like this... and everybody else was in suits and stuff, I would feel like I would kind of be an asshole.
But she also didn't... She said, like, that was fine for her to come with her normal hair.
I just feel like when you go to something like a wedding, no matter what it is, the way that I dress and the way that I am, I'm never going to be myself at a wedding no matter what.
Yeah, you have an obligation to not take away the spotlight. Yeah. And to be respectful of the people that you're there for.
Like if anywhere else people told me to not wear Longhorn stuff, I would be like, well, screw you. But at a wedding, it'd be like, yeah, it's not about me.
Now, at a funeral, you'd still do that.
It depends on the funeral. Like, I think, because I have like a long...
Depends on the wedding, too, though.
Yeah, I would definitely have a Longhorn wedding if I had a wedding, and, like, everyone was cool with it.
Would you get Bevo? The real Bevo?
I'd be sure if I could. That would probably be hard, but I would do it if, like, it was on the table. Do you imagine?
If we get famous enough, maybe we could. See, I feel like I didn't do a great job clarifying my stance on this one, so I just want to make it clear. It doesn't seem like anyone did anything wrong. Like, she was fine with her hair for the wedding itself, but for her own photos, she just wants them to be aesthetically similar. I don't think that's that much of a crime. It certainly doesn't seem like she knew it was going to hurt her. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just decor for her house. I do understand why the friend might be upset, but I don't think there's an a-hole in this story. It's just two friends that can definitely work this out. Oh, let's do gambling.
We could.
Am I the asshole for gambling more frequently when my partner doesn't want me to?
Yes.
Nah. You got to spend money to lose money. That's just a Drew Gooden steal.
I gotta pee.
Go pee. I, 27 male, have been sports betting a bit more recently. For background, I have never went to a casino in my life, and I don't even know how to play blackjack or poker, and I have no desire to learn. The cool thing about gambling is that as long as you hit big, like, it's all worth it. So it doesn't matter how much you put in, because eventually you'll win big. I started sports betting more after late 2024 when I put down a $20 bet for the first time and won $11.50. Yeah, see, that's where you fucked up. You gotta lose at least like the first 10 times when you gamble. Otherwise, you're gonna be hooked for life. In a sense, I'm really glad that I have terrible luck, because I would have ruined my life with gambling if I had better luck. Where I may be the asshole, we have joint accounts and she's completely and totally against betting. She has a family member that had a severe gambling addiction, not me, so she has trauma from that. She doesn't like that I'm using our shared money to gamble with, which to some degree I understand, but we've agreed to pool our accounts, so I don't see how it's cost effective to open up a brand new bank account where I can just continue to do what I'm doing. I know it's hard to self-reflect when you're already addicted to gambling, but at some point do you not stop that sentence and go, oh. Actually, when I think about that more, that's really fucking funny. I don't want to lose money on all these fees. I'd rather lose at gambling. So you missed part of the story because you were pissing. Like, why would I do that when I can just keep doing what I'm doing?
It was a gamble posting this.
My opinion is that I don't have an addiction. I have a limit of $20 in terms of never putting down a bet worth more than $20. And I never deposit more than $45 on a monthly basis into the betting account. I went into the app and my statistics say that November 1st, 2024, I gambled $397 and I've won just over $6,000. So I'm way up.
Even if you win and you're ahead, if your wife doesn't want you gambling with the joint bank account, don't do it.
With her money. I think I have a healthy relationship with it. I do it just for fun, and I don't take it serious. So even if you do have a healthy relationship with gambling, even if you really are setting limits for yourself in gambling, you're doing it with your wife's money that she doesn't want you to waste gambling.
I don't think you can have a healthy relationship with gambling.
Depends. No, that's not true. I think there are some people that can just walk away.
I mean, maybe. I just see it as such a bad thing.
It's fun in moderation, like anything. The problem is, I think it's like 10% of people are susceptible to getting gambling addictions.
Well, even then, like, you go to gamble once a year or whatever to Vegas with your family, and then you just, like, lose $500. That doesn't sound fun to me.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this, too. She has a family member that had a gambling addiction that traumatized her. So he's actively contributing to that by not being addicted to gambling, but also not wanting to stop. There's a part of me that doesn't want to download a betting app because I know that if I win that first time, I'm never going to fucking stop. I was ripping Pokemon cards, hundreds of dollars worth, like just trying to feel that rush. And I wasn't even doing that for money. I was just doing that for sparkles. I can't imagine what it would be like if I actually saw dollars go into my bank account. Oh my God.
Even if I like won, I don't know. It just feels so corrosive and bad. I just can't enjoy it.
No, yeah, that's fair. Am I the asshole for asking my friend to pay me back for the wine he drank while house sitting? So I, 26 female, had my 27 male watch my place and my cat for the weekend. I told him he could help himself to whatever in the kitchen, which I thought was like common sense for snacks and stuff. I get back and realize he opened this $120 bottle of vintage Barolo I was saving for my promotion. He literally drank the whole thing alone while watching Netflix. When I asked him about it, he got all weird and said I gave him permission because wine was in the kitchen. Like, okay, but who drinks a $100 bottle of wine without asking first? Am I not enough of an alcoholic to know what a $100 bottle of wine looks like? I have like a $3 bottle of wine in my pantry right now, and I couldn't tell you where that falls on the spectrum.
If he knew that was expensive, then I guess he's assholey, but the only wine I've ever seen is like $20.
I sent him a Venmo for $80, gave him a discount, lol, and now he's calling me tacky and told our group chat I'm a bad host. I feel like there's literally an unwritten rule of guest logic where you don't touch the most expensive thing in the house. If I tell you to help yourself to my garage, it doesn't mean you can just drive off in my car. I don't know if I'm the asshole here. He's making me feel like I'm being extra, but I feel he totally took advantage of me. I don't know. It's also just $120. Yeah, that does suck. If I was the guy that drank the wine, I probably would have either paid back or said to take it out of the money you were going to pay me. But I'm such a fucking nervous wreck when I'm staying at other people's houses. Like, I feel bad about taking water from the fridge if it's like, do you know what I mean? Without asking.
I would see how there was a misunderstanding there.
Alcohol is definitely separate, but if you literally said like, help yourself to whatever.
But then him going off calling her a bad host, that seems like a little...
Yeah, what does a bad host mean? He's providing a service for them. I don't get that.
This seems like a failure to communicate.
Yeah. It does feel weird that, like, opening alcohol in someone else's house, even if they said you got the run of whatever's in here, to me, that feels like a fully separate thing. Maybe not. It depends, because they're also adult friends. Usually when I was house sitting, I was, like, a 19-year-old watching for my dad's like 40 to 60-year-old friends. Yeah. Also, this line is such bad faith. If I tell you to help yourself to my garage, it doesn't mean you can just drive off in my car. Yeah, that's not comparable at all.
What does help yourself to my garage mean?
I don't know. It's hard because, like, if you stayed at my house and I had beer in my fridge, I know you'd ask before you took any. But also, I probably wouldn't be that miffed if you had a couple beers while watching my house for a week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you said help...
without asking, I probably wouldn't care.
If you said help yourself to anything in the fridge and there were beers in the fridge, I mean, I would assume that meant the beers are up for grabs, but I would still ask.
It is a $120 bottle of wine. I get why she'd be upset. But, you know, it was an accident. I did think it was funny that she was like, he finished it alone while watching Netflix to somehow make him seem worse. He's like, look what a loser this guy is. I was going to celebrate my promotion.
Well, I mean, also when I'm watching somebody's house, I'm doing a job, and I can't imagine if you drank an entire bottle of wine, even if it was just over the course of a while, you probably got drunk doing that, right? Like, you should.
Oh yeah, an entire bottle of wine is gonna get you fucked up.
Well, I mean, it could have been.
Do you remember? You should tell the story about your wine drunk.
Okay. I didn't really know the rules beyond beer, and my dad was throwing out some wine because he didn't like it, and I also do not like things going to waste. So I was just like, well, gotta drink a whole bottle of wine, I guess. Well, he didn't know.
There's some things that you can't just drink the whole thing of.
No, see, he didn't know I was doing this. He just like put it out.
No, I'm talking about you. You have to like. I feel like it's pretty common sense. You see a character drinking directly from a wine bottle in a show, you're like, oh.
Well, I just kept drinking it, and after a while, I got through the whole bottle.
And it was pretty good, right?
That everything was just so hot, and I stripped down to my underwear because I just couldn't get cooled off enough. And this was the middle of December, and it was particularly cold for Texas that year, so to cool off, I just, was chilling out in my backyard on my back, completely drunk. There's video.
Completely naked on your back
I'm in
porch,
underwear.
Laying on the concrete, but basically naked. Tighty-whitey.
3/4 naked.
That's way less than a quarter.
7/8 an acre.
I'll give you 7/8. I'll even give you 5/6.
Okay, but I'm just lying there, you know, in my grass. Everything's cold. I'm just like, oh yeah, finally relief. Also, so this gets even worse. So, you know, when you get into drunk brain, you know, you start making stupid decisions. So my sister made like this margarita for herself, and my brain was immediately just like, can't let sister get drunk. So I drank the whole thing.
What the fuck? Like, why? I gotta protect you. You know alcohol's poison. Don't drink that. Look what it's done to me.
Maybe I was thinking I was just too far gone at this point, so I may as well get more drunk than her to get like...
okay.
I can't...
You're like the sacrificial lamb.
Dude, I can't tell you how drunk I was. It was, I mean, how out of my mind drunk. It was bad. I'm never doing this again. So she's like nudging me. She's like, Bubba. That's what she calls me. She's like, come on, you gotta come inside. I'm like, no, if I move, I'll throw up. And she's like, well, you can't throw up out here because the dogs will eat it. And I'm like, no, if I don't move, I won't throw up. And she's like, no, you gotta come inside. I'm like, okay, but I'm gonna throw up. So I like start waddling in, and sure enough, the second I get inside, just... But, you know, she took care of me and made sure I didn't get really bad. And then my dad came in, like, we have one of those detachable shower heads, and he just, like, sprayed me off to get all the vomit off. And then,
let me hose you down.
And my sister was like, you can't stay in here. You're going to take a bath and drown. I'm like, no, it'll be okay. But she made me
get
up.
And then he drowned and died. So that's the first episode of our Reddit show. Next time we won't be scrolling around randomly through a subreddit. We'll have some curated with things that I think will be more appropriate next time, because this was kind of a nightmare. That's for giving me Reddit poop.